Hello and welcome back to another Age of Mythology Japanese campaign, where this is the second episode, and we're just gonna jump straight in.
This is Tengu country. We do not belong. We already chased off Soldier Boy, and now we have to face him on his home.
Decades ago, this mountain belonged to our people. After we bring Soldier Boy to justice, I intend to reclaim it to make sure nothing like this can happen again. But to do this, I need that fortress. After our people abandoned it, Soldier Boy and his Tengu clan moved in and made it theirs. It is time we took it back.
And you need my help to protect against the Tengu.
Quick, Lana. Talk about timing.
Leave my father alone!
You are full of surprises, young girl.
I don't even know how I did that.
Keep practicing. We will need every bit of your skill once we reach Soldier Boy's stronghold. Now, let us march on!
Right, I am skipping through this part. Nothing interesting happens. The only thing that's relative to the story that we find, is a fox that leads us, that can scout out, things forward. But nothing of that. It's very weak in combat. Now, going to talk about Nintendo quickly. I've got a photo which I got from a screenshot of a video. I'm going to link the video in the comments down below. Well, in the description down below as always. I'm going to pin it as the top comment, because they do a better job of explaining it than I do. But it's a photo of the old CEO and the new CEO. The old CEO, obviously, I believe in the video he even states that he has a type. And it is making the women look feminine, making them stand out, all that. So, if it's meant to be a woman, she's going to have the curse where they're meant to and all that. So, she's going to have an ass, she's going to have tits, she's going to have a hip. And that was the old CEO, can't pronounce his name, so I'm just going to refer to him as Kim. The new CEO, which can't pronounce his name either, so I'm going to just refer to him as Fur, has... fuck knows what's on his side. The only thing that could be potentially classed as still sticking with the standards and all that is Princess Peach. But other than that, we've got a photo of a male and a female character. I can't tell the difference between them. I can't tell you which one's male, which one's female, or if it didn't have the gender signs up above. And legit, the female character just looks like the male character, slightly tilted. Legit, just rotated a little bit more. You could legit tell me that they are both the same fucking character, just one's rotated a bit more. That is all the fucking difference there is I can see. The photo next to it, I've got no idea what the fuck that is. Old grandma, fuck knows why she's here. Splatoon, how the fuck did we go from this Splatoon, in the bottom left, on Fur's side? Well, how do we have this abomination, because it looks like fucking gremlin, shagged fucking Gollum, to the bottom left of Kim's side, which is Splatoon, is the Splatoon that got released when I was growing up, which I knew about that one. This one, didn't have a fucking clue about it, and legit, fuck knows what that is. Got transgender in, I am not sure what game this is. Same with non-binary in characters in the game. I think non-binary and trans characters shouldn't be pushed in, because Nintendo is majority for children, shouldn't be pushed into children's games, because most of children's games are make-believe and stuff like that. So, if you got make-believe stuff, that means you're going to try to state that everything in the game's fake. If everything in the game's fake, that means transgender, non-binary, LGBTQ, all that shit is fake. And if that is the point that Nintendo's trying to push, go for it. If not, I think they need to take a step back and see how everything goes. And we come to little bit of like a midsection right of the game. It is pretty much, we've got about 20 odd minutes right here, right, where I've got to build an army, build up a little bit forward camp base sort of thing, and move on to attack the fort. Now, hey, I want to go quickly back on right to their Pokemon Nintendo shift, right? Fucking, like, I got no problem with them adding trans characters if it fits with the storyline, right? If the storyline works well, like, or non-binary characters, right? As long as the storyline works well and it doesn't confuse the fuck out of everybody. Like, Dragon Age fucking Veil God. Beautiful looking game, shit storyline, right? That is what failed Dragon Age Veil God, right? It was just really bad storyline. Ruined everything. Tried to make you think that the most racist part, right, of the Dragon Age, right, their universe wasn't racist. You know, kind of fucking stupid, right? That's like saying, right, fucking America, right, at the height, right, of the slave trade wasn't racist. Or America, right, during the 80s or the 70s or 60s or some shit, right, where they had to fight, right, for the rights, right, to get black, for them to be able to be, right, not segregated, you know, so they weren't, right, on blacks at the back of the bus, whites at the front of the bus, you know, white only bathrooms, black only bathrooms and all that, right? That would have been racist, right? That is racist. But that's like me turning around, right, and stating, oh yeah, no, those times weren't racist, they were the good old days. Like, no, they were racist back then. I mean, everybody admits it. People alive back then were racist. Right? Even, like, they all admit it, right? Whether they've... The adults back then, right, will have admitted it, right? Or the children who grew up with that, right, will admit that it was racist back then. But that was the way the world was. Now, that is the way everything is in the fucking Dragon Age, right? Kind of going off track here, but let us wind back, right? Trans, gay, LGBTQ, fucking bi, right, shit characters. As long as the story works well, right? It shouldn't be too bad of a problem for them to add them into the games. I don't mind that, right? Add that into a game that's 16 plus, 18 plus, right? Totally fine, right? Don't add them into games, right, that are fucking like 3 plus or 4 plus. Do apologise. Bit tired. But yeah, like legit. Add that sort of shit in for later fucking games, right? Later Rage games, not in the early games like Nintendo's fucking doing, right? Now on that photo right that I showed right earlier, I'm not even 100% sure, right, if that person, right, is trans, right, or if they're meant to be trans. Right, showed me, ma'am, a bad copyrighted photo because I was tired, couldn't get a photo, right, couldn't find the photo right on YouTube. I went on, not on YouTube, on Google. So I took a photo from my screen. I'm gonna curse my So I took a photo on my phone, showed it to my ma, and my ma was like, oh yeah, no, that looks like a woman. I was like, yeah, parts of her body does. But to me, right, as I am looking at the photo now, it still looks very blocky, right? Kind of like what you would describe as a man. I even showed her, right, the male and female, right, photo, right, from fucking Fur. And she was like, she couldn't see any difference. Like, I know, legit, you've slightly turned the character. That is all I can state. Anything else? Fucking not much. But hey, it's fucking insane, right? There are obviously differences between men and women. Men and women, yeah. Right? Nintendo needs to teach the kids that at the very beginning. Then, if the parents want to say, oh yes, there are also trans people, stuff like that, right? Or people that very rarely right, get the genes right to have right both men and women right there, reproduction parts, right? And it is very rare, right? I've just quickly looked it up while I am editing right this video, and it is like 1 out of 5,000-6,000 right people. I just closed the page right, and I'm very tired because I haven't slept yet. But yeah, so very rare. Right? But I didn't find out about that certain situation right until I was at least 17, 18, right? I knew about trans people, I knew about gay people, I knew about lesbians, right? I knew about them because they'd been in movies. I'd seen people walk about, right? They're celebrating, right, and all that, right, and being themselves. Totally fine. Didn't hate them, didn't diss them, didn't fucking do anything, right? They were themselves. And that is all that I want people to be. Just be themselves. I don't want that to be pushed onto the children, though. I don't want every game, or every TV show, every cartoon, every book to be, oh yeah, transgender. Right? Like, no, you don't need to force transgender right into the games, into the books, into the TV shows, right? If it comes in naturally, right? If you've got a good story and you can do it naturally, and you're not forcing it like, oh yeah, like Netflix's TV show. I don't know what it's called because I don't have Netflix, but I keep seeing right clips of it. I keep seeing people talk about it. Right, where same-sex couple, I believe if I remember correctly, it's two dads are raising a son that likes to dress up, right, as like dress up in women's clothing. But the boy is like a toddler, right, or something, right? He's fucking young, right? By all means, have like me brother Cryptic, little brother fucking Nightmare Gaming, me other brother, right, that we just don't fucking like. According to my mum, all four of us have at one point wore a high heels, fucking walked around with a bra on my head, right, or some shit like that, right? We've all done some shit like that, right? At one point, right, I know at least me, the brother that we don't talk about, and potentially me younger brother, all wore pink right for a bit, right? Not because we were fucking wanted to be women, right? Not because we fucking thought we were women, right? We wore pink because we liked it, right? At the time, we liked that colour. We liked the clothing, right, options that we could get in pink, right? That was fine. Like, little brother, I've said multiple times, right, is fine. We all fully support him, right? Just wish he had a partner, right? Whether that's male or female. We do not give a fuck. We want to see him happy, right? And that is all that matters, right, to us. That is all that matters, right, in my opinion, right, to other people right, that out there, right, that are bi, gay, trans, right? Looking, I don't give a fuck, right? I just don't want everything to be pushed onto the kids, right? If you're happy, go on, right? If you want to raise your kid, if you want to have kids, raise them to, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to try to raise our kids, right, to be bi or trans, right? And it's like, look, I think that is totally unacceptable, but that is your choice. Me personally, I think that's fucking that it is unacceptable, and I think it's disgraceful, right? Because you're already forcing your kid, right, to be trans. You're already forcing your kid, right, to be confused about what sex it is. If it was born a girl, raise it up as a girl until it gets to an age where it can decide where it still wants to, where it wants to go. Currently, Penny's body last, raise her as best as we could, really. But she was the first daughter in our family for a long time. So we ended up treating her like one of the lads, right? Pretty much. Just one of the other nephews, right? We played Rough House, which she fucking loved. right? Even to this day, she still loves, right, the fucking rough house. Like, if I go over to my brother's house, right, and all that, we'll end up fighting with my niece. I'll end up fighting, like not even pulling blows much. Well, she doesn't pull blows against me. I sometimes have to with her. But, like, we'll fight. She's always been up to that, right? We'll always be like that. And that is just the way things are. So she's more of a tomboy than a fucking dressy girl, right? But that can always change in the future, right? She hits 18, she could be wanting to run around raiding dresses, right? She could be still wanting to be running around raiding fucking jeans, raiding shorts, and fucking jackets and shit, and hoodies. But don't care. If she's happy, doing whatever she likes, that is entirely up to her, right? But it's same on the opposite side, right? My niece's brother, right? He is more, he's 100% of a gamer, but he doesn't want to fight and all that. And we pretty much act with him the same way we've done with my niece. He just doesn't like to fight. He doesn't like to get rough house, right, and all that. He will every now and then, but he doesn't rush for that. It isn't his sort of cup of tea. He'll rather rage quit, raid and fucking rage raid on the computer, which is funny to hear. How small he is to how fucking loud he can be. Honest to God. But like that, right? That is perfectly fine, right? That is what adulthood, that is what fucking growing up is like, right? I grew up, I wanted to be a cowboy. Then it turned out, right, that cowboys didn't really exist anymore. Right? They are called ranch hands now, or ranchers, and even then, it is very rare that you see them, because all those jobs are getting taken up because nobody can fucking afford it. So my dream job when I was younger was be a cowboy. I couldn't do that, especially not in the UK. Like, fuck me, can you not be a rancher right out here? You know, I set my sights right on being a chef then, right? And we'll go in the army. I couldn't do that, right, because of the amount of injuries that I had, right, when I was in school and between work, right, when I was in college. I couldn't join the army because I was fucked. But that was something that I had to deal with, and that is something that people have got to remember. You've got to deal with shit, right? You gotta go with what life throws at you, right? You've got to let people make their own decisions. By all means, I hate the Nazi Germany. Nazi Germany no longer exist. So I don't hate Germans. Like, unfortunately, because I'm British, we've got a natural hatred for the French. But if I saw a French person or speaking to somebody from France, I wouldn't show them any hostility. It's in me blood, right, to take the piss right out of the French, right, and all that, right, and call them cowards, right, for running away. But I'm not gonna bully somebody, right? I'm not gonna fucking attack, right, and abuse, right, somebody, right, that is French just because of how bad, right, the French, right, used to treat, right, captured, right, archers. And that's where the two middle fingers comes from, right? Sticking up the two fingers, right, and all that, right, to tell somebody to fuck off, right? That was invented by the Brits to the French to see, look at that, fuck you, we still got our fingers, because the French used to cut off with two fingers, right, from archers, and archers used to spend fucking ages, right, training, right? That's how we got known for a while, right, for, like, English longbowmen. Fucking classed, right, as one of the best archers, right, for a while. But I'm going on a tangent here. So yeah, no, I think if you're going to create and bring in people like trans, right, into games and stuff like that, you should make it, right, sort of storyline lines up, right, and it all fucking works. Because if it doesn't, it's going to make people hate the game. It's going to make people, right, not want to buy the game, right, for the kids, which is a shame, right? Because I remember buying, playing Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, when I got the 3D, not the 3DS, didn't have enough money for that. But when we got the DS, right, fucking loved playing that on the DS. And then my oldest brother, Cryptic, he was playing Pokemon, it was like Pokemon Rescue, like Blue or Red, right, on the Game Boy. Legit. We've had Nintendo right in my family for a while. We've had the Wii. We fucking played the shit out of the Wii. Right? But I don't even want to look at a Nintendo game. I haven't looked at a Nintendo game since the Wii, to be fair. Yeah, the Wii or the DS that came out more recently. Let's check. Okay, so just checked. Wii came out, then the DS. No, sorry. Nintendo DS came out first, then the Wii, then Nintendo 3DS. And then the last thing that I did look at, right, was Nintendo Switch, which came out in 2017. That was the last time I looked. So if I recorded this video in 2 years' time, it would have been fucking 10 years, right, since I've last looked, right, at a Nintendo product for me to buy, or games, right, for me to play on it. And then I was only ever thinking about getting a Nintendo DS, and not a Nintendo DS, a Nintendo Switch, because we were looking at, it was fairly recently, to be fair. I think it was like 2-3 years ago, so we could sit right and play games right on the plane, because we were looking at like a nice big family holiday over to America. Right, it was going to be like it was going to be Cryptic's kids and him and his missus, me, Nightmare, me mom, I think me grandma, and I think me mom's friend, right, who's pretty much been there right my entire life. So like there was gonna be a few we were going right and all that, right, and just sticking the game right like on the bloody on the table and all that, right, on the back of the chairs, right, like 3 or 4 of them, right, having right the controllers and all that, right, busy playing like Mario Kart, right, or some shit like that. It was gonna be great, right? That would have been grand. But we ended up not doing that. But after I had a look at games now, and by God, some of the games have fucking dropped the quality. Like legit, I would rather play Dogs on Nintendo DS, right, than pick up the newest Pokemon game. Like, that is how bad it is. Like, how the fuck right do you... I'd rather play Wii Sports, which is the base game that you got with the Wii. Like, every Wii got Wii Sports. I'd rather play Wii Sports now, right, and then play the newest, right, fucking Nintendo games. Like, Nintendo's dropping the ball. They're trying to force all this, right, political, right, fucking shite, which is going to fuck them over. It is fucking them over, because they're charging, right, fucking more money, right, than fucking for games. And then they're having a controversy, right, over charging them more, right, for the disc physical copy. And then the physical copy isn't the physical copy anymore. It is legit a disc with key written on disc to allow the disc right to download the game for you. What the fuck is that? There's no point in having the disc then. You might as well just have the box, have a code and say, there you go, there's the code. So I thought I bought a digital copy, physical copy. No, you bought a digital copy. We just didn't want to waste more money by sticking it on a disc. So he has an envelope. Alright, okay, thanks, I guess. Yep, enjoy. That is what they might as well fucking do. Legit. Fucking stupid. But it is what it is. And I do have one last thing to quickly go over about. It's right. Hassan Piker, right? Twitch streamer. Very left fucking leaning. Hates America, but lives in America. Fucking hates everything that's American, but refuses to leave America. Has had a clip going viral recently where it looks like, I'm saying looks like, he electrically shocked his dog with an electric shock collar because the dog tried to get off the bed and leave the view right of the camera. So the entire clip shows him telling the dog, right, to go back to bed. The dog goes back to bed, the dog lies down. A couple of minutes later, dog gets up, tries to walk off. He reaches for something because he's busy fucking shouting right a bunch of anti-American shite. He reaches for something right out of view of the camera, and next thing you know, the dog's yelping and runs back on the bed. Legit, the dog took 1 or 2 fucking paws right off the bed, yelped, jumped back onto the fucking bed, right? The guy tried to play it off like the dog really was a pussy, really got scared by something. Fucking nobody was believing him. He spent right the next like couple of minutes, right, 10-20 minutes, right, or something like that, reading the chat, and his chat rate was fucking pretty much right telling him, right, that he was a cunt, right? He shouldn't have shocked his dog, or he shouldn't have hurt his dog, he should go check his dog. And he was like, look, my dog's fine, it's just doesn't want to come over here already. And pretty much, another post right that I saw not that long afterwards, not long before I started recording this the first time. This is like the 8th time trying to record this ball. He'd showed a photo of what his dog collar is. Somebody took that photo, brought up the brightness, and you can clearly see there's some black tape right over it. And people have, even without blowing up the photo right and all that, making it bright, and people have found collars that are like his. He's claiming that the collar that he's got right is a shocking collar. It's a vibrating collar. We've had one of those for the dogs. We had to take it off the dogs because the dogs started using it as a toy to torment each other. We had 2 dogs. It was Staffy and a German Shepherd, and both dogs would bark loud enough into both collars to set them off against each other. You would just hear the vibrating, like legit. You'd have one dog just go up to the other one, bark just loud enough right for the collar to be set off, but not loud enough right for his collar to be set off. So they'd end up spending a couple of hours right barking at each other, sending off their fucking collars. That is all that's doing is vibrating. His collar doesn't have the things right. Like we had like little plastic prongs and all that right, and that was to more or less to get the vibrations right going and all that. It's like we even wore them right just to make sure right that it actually wasn't electrocuting the dogs, right? Electrocuting the dogs. It fucking didn't. It vibrated, right? Didn't no electrical fucking current or anything like that. It was just fucking vibrating. But so we took it off the dogs. Hassan Piker showed us a photo where it looks like it's all black. Somebody got the photo, looked right at the same types of collars right that he was claiming it was, found the shape right, of the vibrating one. The vibrating one is round, right, more round right than all that. And the one that Sam was showing us, he was showing a very blocky one. Very blocky one is a electrical shock collar that you can take the metal prongs off. So the photo looks like Hassan has took the metal prongs off and put some black tape over it and claimed it is the vibrating one. If that is true, Hassan is going to be fucked for this, because the one thing that will unite every fucking slave, left, right, is abuse towards dogs. 100%. Even his left, right, fucking right supporting, right, fucking cocksucking, right, bloody nose, fucking brown nosed, right, fucking pricks will turn on Hassan, right, fucking quicker, right, than he realizes it. And this is his hope that he's going to be able to get out of it with this. Oh, it was a vibrating collar. If it was a fucking vibrating collar, you would have heard the vibrating. We can hear the dogs. We heard the dogs right when they were lying on the top of the stairs while we were downstairs. Or if they were halfway down the stairs and we were in the bedrooms playing games, we'd still hear the fucking vibrating. There's no way you wouldn't hear the fucking vibrating right over the stream. I'm sorry. Like, it's fucking stupid. The guy had to start doing me recording once again earlier because me little brother's alarm. I could barely hear my little brother's alarm, and me mate could picked it up. So, you know, fucking well, he would have fucking heard it. His Twitch would have heard it. But every clip right that I've watched right of Hassan right fucking electrocuting his dog, well, supposedly electrocuting his dog, and it's meant to be a vibrating collar. You do not hear it, and the vibrations go on for a little while, even if you don't press the button. The dog will lay it down straight away. You would have heard the fucking vibrations off the fucking bed. Nope. Sorry. I'm gonna say he was electrical collar. He electrocuted his dog, and he's a prick. I don't like him anyway, but still, he's a prick. Even more now for electrocuting his dog.
The king of Tengu, and she used me to lure you right to this spot.
Who are you talking about? An army approaches Lord Harumoto.
Yeah, no, that is a big fucking army. It's going to be bigger than any army I'm ever going to be able to field on this game. And it's bigger than any army I have ever fielded. Fuck me. We are going to end this video here. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And without further ado, bye-bye.